Justin, you have been recognized as the CEO's under top 40 under 40 at some point. And congratulations again. Tell us the magic of getting to that level at a relatively young age. And we have a lot of Gen Zs in this room, and they are aspiring to become CEOs. What advice can you give them, Justin?
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, thanks for inviting me. I feel honored to be in the session with the CEOs you see in front, so I'm very excited. And also to be in front of HR professionals such as these ones. I've worked with some of them, I've interacted with some of them. Some of them have given me insights and inputs across the way, including job offers whenever I'm being reconsidered and joining the organizations that I've worked with. So excited to be here and to share my part of the story and to appreciate them. I started my career, I think mine might not be as long as Rita's long journey, an exciting one, but equally has been exciting. Just like everybody else from in their career, I started out as an intern in various organizations, at some point at the airports, and then when I landed in insurance, then All Mutual, I said this is where I belonged, and I think I became naturally a problem solver. That I think my key thing that kept me going for a long time is being a problem solver, innovator, and just generally someone who goes over and beyond. And I think from that point of an intern, I was quickly offered a job. Even before graduating, I had not even thought of getting a job. I was just doing my routine internships. And I was quickly noticed by my supervisors then and offered a job. At All Mutual, I grew. In less than a year, I was already promoted. And then CIC Insurance that time gave me an offer, and I went there to experience a new challenge. Equally, got promoted all the way. But more importantly for me is when I turned back to All Mutual and I was given, the HR, when they called me back, they kept telling me, you have leadership capabilities. You're bold. I'm a bold person, yes. In the middle of all this, yes, you do the work, you go over and beyond, but you're driven because you're bold. You do not have fears, because whenever you believe you're doing the right things, you consult your bosses, you consult your colleagues, you bring them together, you want to get things done. So you collaborate. And we had noticed you and we put you in there. They call it HIPPO, high performance individuals. And they were excited to have me back. And I was always willing to be given assignments beyond my department. So I would end up sometimes doing actuarial work when I was not in actuarial at that time, I was in strategy. I would end up, even when consultants are doing some things for HR, I would be called by HR to help. I never used to complain. So all these stretch assignments enabled me to interact a lot with leaders, enabled me to be the go-to person whenever someone at the leadership wants to sort or to get something done, even minor reports and things like that. And the fact that I go over and beyond made it easier. So at some point then I was promoted to senior actuarial executive, and I was seconded to South Africa, one of the subsidiaries that All Mutual was owning that time, where I got more exposure. It was, in hindsight now, accelerated growth for me, because I was to be there for a couple of years, but 1 year down the line, I was quickly recalled. The same things, HR was involved. They would quickly draft things, I think, out of the box, customize something for me, because maybe they're told to look for someone who can come and do something. And instead of going through a lot of processes, I was quickly called from South Africa and told there's something about East Africa. There's a role. We want somebody to be the regional technical manager to help structure some processes across 5 countries from a technical point of view, from an insurance point of view. Are you interested? We're interested in we see you are capable. And it was no brainer for me. Came back, did a good job. And I think the fact that you're being sent again to trainings to develop you I came to Strathmore for management course as well. In the process, I got myself into Harvard Kennedy leadership course as well for about 8 months. All these investments, besides the technical actuarial courses and insurance courses, I also did as CPAs in the middle. All those things are critical, but I think these ones for leadership really meant that whatever HR was doing to create a career path for me, to guide me through the process, to expose me, to make assignments, the process of moving from one role to another and being sent to assignments. I would be easily stationed in South Sudan for 6 months to understand the market and standardize things. And that was possible because of how HR worked closely with executive to make my life easier. So I grew in very fast through that. I ended up being seconded to lead All Mutual in Rwanda, where I fairly quickly, with my method of working, understood the market very fast, and I had already started working as a regional technical manager, understood the market, and I was able to grow the business a bit fast. We moved from, for the people in that industry, they understand, we moved from being a market share position 3 to position 1 in the short time I was there. And therefore, it was natural that I would still be looked for to grow to another level. Before I settled, closer to COVID, almost AP Insurance, as they were looking for a director role, they called me, and I came and worked there for 2 years. And then AAR Insurance, after that, invited me to join the Kenya business. And 2 years later, then I was promoted to CEO East Africa. So I was looking at Kenya 2 years back. Now I'm doing Kenya and the rest of the markets. In those periods, for example, I would reach a point where I realized I work a lot, and we've, I think, shared even when we were out there. You work a lot with the standard things that are there, standard processes and procedures, but things change. There's technology, there is new skills, there's new partnerships being required to be forged. And all these things, you realize HR from the learning and development programs that they have, but were capable of foreseeing. And I've been working closely even now with HR a lot to what do we need to be teaching ourselves, what do we need to be learning, and things like remote working come in. So one of the reasons, for example, as AR we've grown so fast is we have partnerships, and these things we do together across at executive level that encompasses everyone. We have been able to partner with companies that brought us businesses we never had, doing more than 30 or 20% of our portfolio. People like Cigna, if there are HRs people from Cigna here, we have the local insurer that gives business to Cigna across East Africa, making us very differentiated. So that ability to work closely, you need new skills to do international insurance business. HR is able to support that strategy. So they're not just sitting back and doing onboarding and HR day-to-day stuff, but going over and beyond to align what they're doing with strategy. That helps the business grow, helps us also as individuals to grow, bringing in technologies again. So all these lessons I've learned and that have helped me to grow. I've worked a lot. I've taken advantage of the tools and resources that HR have made available. I think I'm one person, I have spent a lot of my time talking to HR and understanding the policies and procedures, resources that are available, because most of the time they are shared, but we always put them at the back burner because there is work to be done. When you look closely, there is a lot that HR can offer. So I'm glad with that. Recently, I was awarded the CEO of the Year in the insurance space, Think Business Awards. Thanks. These ones, HR people went and did their applications and everything, and it was a surprise for me when I went to the event. We usually have the annual event, and we're very excited. And before that, the top 40 under 40, I think that's for not just CEOs, it's any leader or executive or person making an impact, and I'm grateful for that. And also mentoring young people, including actuarial students, working closely with even the actual students here. And they managed to put me in the first list of, as the first person in the 1 in 1,000. There's something in actual profession that has been done, a program for recognizing talent, and I was the first one to be featured, and I'm also grateful for that. Thank you.
A happy clap for Justine.